Today, a single pirate franchise spans blockbuster movies, a sprawling ecosystem of video games, and a record-breaking live-action adaptation. The fandom driving it fills convention halls from Tokyo to Los Angeles, celebrating the property across dozens of languages. The origin of this infrastructure is a 1997 comic about a boy with a rubber body fighting for survival on the densely packed shelves of a fiercely competitive Japanese market. This raises a question. How did such a specific, quirky story outlast its peers for nearly 30 years to become the highest-selling manga in history? The success resulted from creator Eiichiro Oda engineering a meticulously planned, deeply interconnected narrative ecosystem. This math tracks the layout of the Grand Line, a geographical structure that divides the world into isolated zones. Zooming into a single node reveals a unique civilization. Every island operates with its own history, local government, and political tensions. Notice this data point in the early chapters. It represents a specific line of dialogue that connects via a long, sweeping arc to a major resolution appearing 15 years later. This plotting style changes how the audience engages with the text. Every detail becomes potential evidence, turning reading into an active investigation. When these massive story threads finally resolve, the psychological payoff for the reader is immense, securing their loyalty across decades. While the world map is vast, the emotional weight of the story relies on the core crew of characters. Beneath the vibrant action and comedy, every main character is a survivor of intense personal trauma. They navigate that history by finding a chosen family, forging a sense of belonging with one another. This personal trauma collides with the world's politics through the series' ultimate antagonists, the Celestial Dragons, figures who represent absolute, untouchable authority. When the protagonist fights these figures, he is clashing against systemic corruption and racism rather than a standard villain. Because the struggle for freedom and the fight against systemic oppression are universal human experiences, the narrative finds an audience in cultures far removed from its Japanese roots. You can see this resonance in Western financial hubs, where readers connect with its themes of institutional control. The narrative strikes a similar chord in stratified, working-class societies on the other side of the globe. Anchoring a vast political map to the visceral experience of human suffering and defiance allowed the series to function as a shared global language. Now, almost 30 years into the voyage, the timeline has reached the present day, bringing palpable urgency as the series enters its final saga. The narrative is accelerating towards its climax, the revelation of the hidden Void Century and the discovery of the One Piece treasure itself. The anticipation built over decades of storytelling for this specific destination is staggering. Yet for millions of fans, the literal treasure was never the primary draw. The journey itself created a global community, teaching generations about loyalty and the necessity of standing against injustice. In a world that often feels overwhelmingly large and impossible to change, this 30-year architectural masterpiece suggests that a single person with a dream can rewrite the rules of reality.